Welcome once again to our channel. This is Governor and I will be your host for today as usual. So today I'm going to be taking you through the process of making this particular placket that you saw in the thumbnail to the video. And in fact, I will show you, let me just quickly show you a short video of the placket once again. Okay, so now I want to take you through the process of making that placket. The first thing you are going to do is that you are going to decide how wide you want the placket to be. So if you want the placket to be, let's say, 1.5 inches in total, the width, okay, if you want it to be 1.5 inches in total, you already know that you are going to divide 1.5 inches into 2. That means one placket will be 0.75 inches wide and the other one will be 0.75 inches wide as well. Bring it together, we make 1.5. But of course, you have to make it wider than that. If you want it to be 1.5 inches, you have to cut a total of like maybe 1.2 inches for both plackets, making like 2.5 inches or so that because of the one you are going to take in. So now, first thing we are going to do now is for us to create the frame that placket is going to slide into. So for me, I don't know, I decided that I want my placket to be 1.75 inches wide. So if we divide 1.75 by 2, it will give us, I think, 0.9. Let's just say 0.9, but we actually know that the measurement on a tape rule is not as straightforward as we used to call it, but just for simplicity's sake, let's say just this mark before the 1 inch. Okay, so that is what I want the total width of my placket to be. I want the total width of my placket to be 1.75. So divided by 2 will give me this. So that means 1/2. You see this line that you are seeing in the center is the center line for the placket, especially the neckline area. So that means half of the placket will fall to this side and the other half will fall to this side in order for it to be balanced. So I'm going to now mark out my frame now. So making sure that that 0.9 mark is in this center. So I will mark it here, and then I will mark my 1.75 here. Okay, so since we want the placket to be 1.75 inches wide, I cannot cut out 1.75. okay, so I need allowance to fold in, and I'm going to minus this allowance from this 1.75. so I want 0.25 allowance on each side. So now you see this is my 1.75 mark, so I take 0.25 inches inward, so I'm marking again at 1.5 inch mark here. Then come to this side again, I will take in 0.25 again. So I'm marking here now. So you see we now have 4 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is the correct one that we want the final width of the placket to be. This one is also the correct one that we want the width. So this one is just for the allowance. So this thing that I have done here, I will do it at the other end too. So I want the total length of my placket to be 7 inches. Okay, so this is this. So I mark 7 inches here, and then also take like half an inch upwards. So I mark it as 6.5 as well. So that I will have allowance to fold in at that place too. Okay, so coming to that 7 inches mark, I'm going to repeat the same process I did here. I'm going to repeat it here. Okay, then we are going to rule it out. So now you can see I rule everything across. Now this is the 7 inches mark, this is the 1.75 inches width that I want for the total placket. So now I want to rule the allowances too. All these things I'm doing is not a standard. Like, you can make your allowance bigger than 0.75. You can even make your plaquettes wider than this. I just don't want it to be too wide, that's why I'm using this. So you just work with your own discretion. Now this is all you need to do. The next thing you need to do now is to cut it out on this allowance line. Don't cut out on the main line, okay? You cut on this inner line, the allowance line. That is how you cut the shape out, like that, so that we will use the remaining, the excess for the allowance to achieve this. Okay, but in order to make this process easier for me, you know that once we cut out this whole thing now, and then we now have to start folding with our iron, human error can creep in. So I decided to create a frame using hard paper stay. You can use color stay to create the frame. The frame is not, you are not needing the frame for anything here. You are just, other than what I'm calling it now, I just decided to do it just to create a frame, to create something that will guide me as I try to fold around this stuff. So now I'm going to gum excuse me, I'm going to gum this to this fabric now, making sure that it is resting on the 1.75 mark. That is the main line. Okay, so I will go ahead and iron it down round, making sure it falls round. This frame was, let me just quickly show you how I created this frame. Okay, I got a paper stay. Let's say this is the paper stay. Fold it into two like this to get a straight distance. Then upon folding it, you take the measurements, the same measurements you want to use for the width of the placket. For this placket is 1.75, right? So you measure 1.75 like this, okay, and chalk it. 1.75 here and chalk it. Then you rule it straight. You measure the length. For me, I'm using 7 inches. So on this frame I want to create, I measured 7.5 so that I can have a little excess popping out just like this on the neckline. To avoid shortage. So, and I rule it there. Then you cut out on that line to achieve this exact thing that I have here. This exact thing is the exact measurement that I need for my placket. So it's going to fall perfectly around the frame. So the next thing I will do now is to gum it to the borders like this. So the next thing we are going to do now is to cut on, you are not cutting close to the frame, you are cutting on this line, this allowance line. Okay, so I will go ahead and cut out and I will show you now. So you can see now I have cut out the stuff. Okay, so this is the shape I now have now I'm going to notch towards this angle, leaving a little. Please don't allow it to come completely to this angle yet. So we are going to notch, and then we will fold it inwards like this and iron it down. Okay, so let me show you to some extent. So we notch, targeting this angle, but we are not going to get to the angle because we need to pull it in so that it won't be popping out after we have finished the process. Okay, so this is it, close enough, and this is it. So now we are going to iron it down like this, using this frame to guide ourselves as we do the ironing. Okay, so I have done that. If you look at it now, you will see that we have created a frame. Okay, and this frame is 1.75 inches wide. Okay, you can see 1.75. that is it. Now we are going to put this aside now. We are still coming back to it. Okay, so right here with me, I have two pieces. This piece is about um, 3 inches wide each. Okay, so now without any stress, what we are going to do first is to go and attach our invisible zipper, as if you are working, as if you want the same way you attach invisible zipper on your shoulder, right? So you are going to attach one side to this side, one side to this side. Okay, making sure that at the end of the day it all comes to the right side, and the excess part of the zip will be on the wrong side, so only this invisible part will be on the right side. So I will go and do that now. I will show you in the nearest future how to actually fix an invisible zip, in case you don't know how to do it. Okay, so stay with me. Okay, so I have attached the sorry, I have code. So I have attached the invisible zip now. Now you can see, just need to pull it up. So this is it. It's perfectly invisible. Okay, I used the invisible zipper foot. So now we are going to turn this to the other side and open it up like this. Then we will attach our stay. You can actually put this stay before putting this. I totally forgot. So please don't make the same mistake that I did make. Remember to put the stay before. Actually, it's not compulsory you use stay here. You can actually use add stay, color stay, normal stay, but if you're actually using all that, you have to do this before putting that, because you don't want the zip to run on those. So for me, I prefer to use the stay because I want that place to be soft and thick, like fluffy somehow, not thick like the results that all those hard stay and co would give me. Okay, since I'm inserting it in, I just want it to be the kind of thickness that this fabric, what do you call it, this foam material used to have. Okay, so for those that know foam material, okay, that is the kind of thickness that I want, not the kind of hardness that hard stay or color stay used to give. Alright, so that is why I'm using air stay. So once again, it is not compulsory that you use air stay for the color. It's just what I want to use. So I'm trying to cut the air stay into size, the size that I probably want, something closer to the size I want. Okay, so now I'll go ahead to attach the air stay and we'll continue. Okay, so I have attached the air stay. You can see that we can actually do this before putting the zip, since it's not hard stay, but I totally forgot. So don't make that mistake. You can actually put your air stay before attaching the zip. It will make it better. Okay, so this is it done now. All right, so what we're going to do now, because I know most of you will be wondering, okay, this whole thing is still looking rough. So what we are going to do, the essence of doing it this way, we could have just folded this thing into two in the at the beginning, fold it into two halves and just attach the zip and you just slot it in, and that will be all. But I want us to give it a professional finish. All right, so this part that is showing now, we are now going to take another piece of fabric, this same fabric, and then we are going to stitch it here and here, and so that we will hide the zipper, leaving only the zipper teeth. Okay, so I will go ahead and do that and show you what I'm trying to say. Oh, before I go, let me quickly show you something. In case you don't understand, this is what I'm trying to say. This is another piece of fabric. So you attach it like this. Okay, you move this one out of the way, and then you stitch all the way up. Okay, so that by the time you finish stitching, when you turn this fabric like this, that side will be covered, and all you will see is this zipper teeth, here. So you will do the same thing with another fabric for this other side. Attach it all the way, move the first one out of the way. All right, so attach it to the zipper alone all the way. Then by the time you finish, you turn it this way, so that it will give you a similar result to what is here. Okay, but in this case, the zipper teeth has to show. So that is what I'm trying to say. That is what we want to do now. So I will go ahead and do that, and I'll come back and show you the result. Stay with me, don't go anywhere. Okay, so I'm back. So I've gone ahead to do that. You can see that this place has been covered. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is to iron it out. Maybe that is when it will start making sense to you, because I know that it's not yet making sense to some people. Okay, so let's iron it. Let's give it a proper ironing. All right. Be careful not to use the heat of your iron to melt the teeth of the zip. You know, it's plastic, it's rubber, I mean. So just iron carefully. All right. So after ironing it, this is what I have. All right, so turning it to the other side, you can see that all the zip is properly finished here. So this will give us a neater and a more professional look. Now the next thing we will do is to, just put hemming gum in between here to make it sharp. We put hemming gum here to make it sharp, ensuring that the hemming gum is, it enters into this place. Okay, it touches the edge of this place and this place, so that it will be sharper on the other side. So I will do that now. I will lace it with hemming gum, and then I will show you the result. Okay, so we have laced this with hemming gum now, and this is the result we now have. So I will just go ahead to trim out some of the excesses, not all, just some. So we are almost done, so continue to stay with us. Now it's time for us to come back to this frame that we created initially. Okay, so you are just going to slot this now into the frame. This is the center point, still using the line that is on it. Okay, so this is how it is. By the time we are going to go and stitch, and then we'll cut out this neck before piping. Okay, so you move it in as much as possible. So I'm going to move it in so that we have the more finished part outside. All right, so now To make your work easier, you can just go ahead to measure from this center line from of the zipper that the zip created. You just measure the you measure your 1.75, allowing the center of that 1.75 to fall on this center line here, and then you chalk it so that you will be guided as you sew. Okay, so I will do that now. So see, I have already ruled the line. If you measure this now, this is a total of 1.75. Exactly what I need. Okay, so I will now go to the sewing machine now, and I'm going to attach this to this, but this is how it's going to be done. Okay, you decide where you want to start this from. So I don't want all this rough part showing and the down part too that is rough, so I just do it this way. Since you first of all look at how far your zip is going to open. Okay, this zip is going this far, so what you are going to do now is to go and attach this to this way. By the time you ensure that this edge is falling on this line. Okay, so you are not going to stitch it from the top like this from outside. You are going to do it this way. You will open this place, all right, and align it with this line. Okay, and you will stitch for this side, right? So once you do that, when you get to the end there, you will move this cloth up like this and stitch this place too down like that, and then you repeat the same process you use there for this side to turning it to this side, and you stitch up, and then voila, you are done. And another thing you can do actually is to iron this thing properly, then put a tiny hemming gum to hold it in place, so that the hemming gum will not extend to other parts. It will just hold this part to this part, so that you still be able to open this part confidently and stitch from inside. Please don't sew on this hard paper stay that we use to do the frame, so that when we finish I can just remove that paper stay and we already have what we want. So stay with me. I will go to the sewing machine now, do that, and I will come back and show you the result. Okay, so I have done that. I have attached it, and you can see this is the result. I have not yet ironed it, but look at it. Everything is already making sense, even when I have not yet ironed it. Okay, look at the back. So what we are going to do next is to cut out all this excess like this, leaving a little space, and we'll weave around it. So I'm going to cut out this excess to align with this small one here. Okay, so that we'll just be able to weave the two together. So that is what I'm going to do. That is what you are going to go ahead to do. Then the next thing will be to give it a proper ironing. Then you can now trace out your neckline again, moving your zipper downwards. You trace out your neckline again by folding it together again, and maybe this way. Okay, and just cut it out. So what is left is just for us to now join the back and the front, do the piping, put the pocket, and that is all. So this is how to achieve this. So let me just quickly iron it and show you the final result. So I'm going to first iron from the back. Okay, so I will zip this up back and iron from the back first. So this is it. I've ironed it, and as you can see, it's laying flat. And if you turn it to the other side, you will see that I have already trimmed out these excesses, right? So what is left is for me to weave these edges round. And you will notice that the frame, the hard paper set that I used to frame it is no longer there. Okay, so I didn't stitch on that stay, I just stitched around it. Now I have removed it and it's no longer there, and this is the result we have. Perfectly done, finished, nice and sweet. Okay, so let me bring it to the front of the camera very well so that you can see it. You see? All right, so this is functioning properly. All right, so thank you so much for staying with us. Please, it's important for you to leave a like on the video if you have not done so. We have a lot of effort is actually going into making these videos. Try to leave a like. For those of you that have been leaving likes and subscribe to our channel, God bless you and may you continue to prosper. And those of you that are watching us now, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. May we help prosper. God bless you. Have a nice day. We'll see you in our next video. Bye.